evening, viewer. Welcome to our Glory Globe TV. Here's a breaking news. Yes, many people are worried to seek a response to rewards. Your brain interprets food as rewarding when you are hungry and water as rewarding when you are thirsty. But addictive substances like alcohol and drugs of abuse can overwhelm the natural reward pathways in your brain, resulting in intolerable good cravings and reduce impulse control. Popular misconception is that addiction is a result of low willpower, but an explosion of knowledge and technology in the field of molecular genetics has changed our basic understanding of addiction drastically over the past decade. General consensus among scientists and healthcare professionals is that there is a strong neurobiological and genetic basis for addiction. As a behavioral and neurogeneticist leading a team investigating the molecular mechanism of addiction, combine neuroscience with genetics to understand how alcohol and drugs influence the brain. Past decade, Chester told I have seen changes in our understanding of the molecular mechanism of addiction, largely due to a better understanding of how genes are dynamically regulated in the brain. New ways of thinking about how addictions form have the potential to change how you approach treatment. Each of your brain cells has your genetic code stored in long strands of DNA. For all the DNA to fit into a cell, it needs to be packed tightly. This is achieved by winding the DNA around spools of protein called histones. Areas where DNA is unwound contain active genes coding for proteins that severe important functions within the cell. When gene activity changes, the proteins your cells produce also change. Such changes can range from a single neuronal connection in your brain to how you behave. This genetic choreography suggests that while your genes affect your and how your brain develops, which genes are turned on off when you are learning new things in dynamic and adapts to suit your daily needs. Recent data from animal models suggest that alcohol and drugs of abuse directly influence changes in gene expression in areas of the brain that help drive memory and reward responses. There are many ways addictive substances can change gene expression. They can alter which proteins bind to DNA to turn genes on and off and which segments of DNA are unwound. They can change our processes of how DNA is read and translated into proteins, as well as alter the proteins that determine how cells use energy to function. For example, alcohol can cause an alternative form of a gene to be expressed in the memory circuits in flies and people, resulting in changes in dopamine receptors and transcription factors involved in reward signaling and neuronal function. Similarly, cocaine can cause an alternative form of gene to be expressed in the reward centers of mice, leading them to seek out more cocaine. Exactly how these drugs cause changes in gene regulation is unknown. However, a direct link between alcohol consumption and changes in gene expression in mice provides a clue. Yeah, that's a clue. Beyond the report.